Hello, I'm Jeannette Koczela, founder and president of the International Association of Professional Life Coaches. And today I have a presentation for you, how to increase your coaching income. And I just wanted to start out by having you see me, because if you're like me, I always like to know who the person is that's talking behind the slides of a presentation. So here I am, and just wanted to say hello and welcome. And now we'll switch to the slides. So this is the webinar workshop, How to Increase Your Coaching Business Income. 7 critical areas every life coach needs to improve in order to make more money. And if you haven't already done so, you can download the worksheet that goes with this at the link on the screen, which is tinyurl.com/worksheet 108. And hopefully you have downloaded that and printed it out so that you can start taking notes and follow along as we go through this workshop today. So I want to start by just asking you, would you like to have a full practice of clients that refer their friends to you? Are you trying to grow a tribe of fans who will form a community which you can lead and be the expert for? And would you like to avoid 7 mistakes that life coaches make which prevent them from increasing their income? Well, if you said yes, you're in the right place. And today I'm going to tell you how you can increase your life coach business income as I cover 7 mistakes that coaches often make and what you can do to either correct or avoid those mistakes. And then at the end of the talk, I'll tell you how you can take the next step from what you've learned today. So get your worksheet ready, and first of all, I'd like to give you a little background about me. My first career of about 25 years was as an impressionist oil painter. And here are 2 of my paintings. Both of them I painted in Cape Cod, where I studied impressionist painting for about 10 years. And after spending all that time as an artist and living on the edge and always worrying about money, and then another decade trying to start businesses that should have made more money than the paintings, but ended up costing me money instead of making money. And so I decided to really buckle down and study law of attraction principles, which I had done before, but not to this degree. And so, funny story is that I went to the local used bookstore and bought a copy of Waddell's book, The Science of Getting Rich. And when I looked inside, I found a surprise. It was the exact same copy that I had given to the store years earlier when I had given up on trying to attract wealth. But this time, the material in the book sunk in, probably because I had been exposed to the movie The Secret, like we all were back then, and seeing those stories in the movie format had somehow enabled me to realize the attraction principles more clearly, because within a year or so, I started manifesting desires. Small ones at first, but culminating in finding my nice house that I live in now, my ultimate soulmate husband, see a picture of him there, and receiving an unexpected inheritance. In fact, the book by Waddell's helped me so much that I wrote my first book, Money Mindset Makeover, 7 Steps to Making the Science of Getting Rich Work for You. And it's a commentary and an expansion on Waddell's concepts with exercises and things so that you can make your money mindset makeover. So I hired a coach to help me market that book, and he helped me create a corresponding home study course. And in the process of putting that course together, I saw how much I enjoyed coaching, because that's really what it was. And so I saw that I really had a strong desire to help other people manifest their desires. And that's how I got started as a life coach. Then I began an extensive education on how to market online. I took every free webinar that I came across, from small technical ones to major ones by some of the biggest players in our industry. I also hired many coaches, each of whom taught me more about online marketing. So because I saw what a valuable service life coaching was for helping people improve their lives, I decided to coach life coaches. And after working with coaches for a few years, I realized that if I could find a way to promote their coaching programs, I would help even more people in the long run. You see, I wanted to help life coaches, especially new ones, start and stay in business so they could coach the people they were meant to serve, make a good income, and enjoy running their businesses. So an idea came to me. I could form an association for coaches that would provide valuable services for all of my life coaching colleagues and provide me with an income doing something that I loved and was good at. Namely, organizing people and creating products to help them. And thus, the International Association of Professional Life Coaches was born. So, as I started working with the members, I found a wealth of informed and talented life coaches, but it soon became clear that not all of them had the business skills necessary for coaching success. The coaches knew that they needed more clients. What they didn't know was that they needed to market themselves more effectively, and this required training and business skills. And since I had spent so much time learning about marketing, it was only natural that I would share with the coaches who needed it. And that's how I came to teach marketing skills and tools to life coaches. So I found 7 areas where marketing and business skills need improvement, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. Now, these strategies that I work more extensively with clients on in my Life Coach Business Blueprint training program. And I'll tell you a little more about that later. But for now, get your worksheet ready, and we'll go through these 7 mistakes. Okay, so let's say you want to start a coaching business. There are 3 major areas that you really need to focus on creating. And those areas are a foundation system, marketing system, and a back office system. And I'm going to talk about the first 2 areas and the 7 mistakes coaches make in these 2 areas, foundation and marketing. And I'll also be giving you some tips on how to correct these mistakes if you've made them and avoid them if you haven't. So in the training program that I teach with my clients, the foundation system is where you start in your business. You have to build a solid footing. And to do that, you first need to identify your ideal client or target market. Secondly, you need to clearly delineate the problem that you can solve for these ideal clients. And thirdly, you need to firmly define your niche or expertise. Now, sometimes it's a given. You overcame a challenge and you want to share your knowledge with others so they can do the same. But sometimes it's not that obvious, and here's where some coaches miss the boat. Does the following scenario sound familiar? A new coach is all enthusiastic about starting their business, so they set up a website, get business cards, start coaching people, but soon they discover that they aren't getting enough clients or traffic to their site, or else maybe they decide they don't like the niche they've chosen and they want to change it. So mistake number one is that they didn't begin by doing market research first. By doing market research, they would have been able to choose the best domain name for their website, use client-attracting language in their marketing materials to attract their ideal clients, and be able to get a steady flow of clients much earlier in their business. Almost every brick-and-mortar business owner will tell you that it would be foolish to open up a business without first doing extensive market research. And the same applies to online business. Now, there are several elements of market research that every coach should explore. The first is keywords. And you've probably done keyword research. So if you have, you know that using the correct keywords is going to bring you more organic traffic to your website. And that means free traffic. You don't have to pay for it. The search engines just send it to you. But when you use the right keywords, it's not going to just be any old traffic like freebie seekers. It's going to be targeted traffic, people who want to connect with you and want to hear from you again. Your keywords need to be the verbiage that your ideal clients use to look for the problem that you solve. Now, another thing you need to know is whether people are spending money on the general type of solution that you offer or market demand. Now, you may have a wonderful product or service, but if there isn't a large group of people who are buying similar products and services, you may not be in business for very long. If by doing your market research, you find that your potential target market is too small, you can always adapt your product or service to fit a larger or different group before you spend a lot of money on marketing. Now, it's also extremely helpful to know what your competition is doing. This area of market research can be extremely eye-opening. For one thing, you'll be able to see what they're doing to market themselves that you could duplicate and shorten your learning curve. For instance, what language are they using? What keywords are they using? The answers can stimulate brainstorming on your part and give you new ideas to explore that you might not have thought of on your own. Next, you want to find the differences among your competitors. How are they differentiating themselves from each other? Now, by finding out more about your competition, you can formulate your own unique selling position. That is, what you do that's different from your competition, and how you can stand out from the crowd. When you clearly identify the uniqueness of your approach and use keywords to market appropriately, you are on your way to attracting clients who will be thrilled to have found you and want to work with you. It's like pre-qualifying your clients. And these clients will be willing to pay you for your services. They'll be easy to work with. They'll follow your guidance, and they'll get better results. That's the definition of an ideal client. And in a little bit, I'm going to tell you more about a program that guides you as to how and where you do that market research. But for now, just take a minute to write down what market research you need to do that you haven't done on your worksheet. Based on these elements that I've just gone over. And then what market research can you do in the next week to improve your marketing materials? All right. So the next part of the foundational system is setting up your branding and a process for lead generation on your website. So after you've done your market research, the next step is to capture leads, that is, to build your list. Now, here's a mistake that I see coaches make all the time. They set up a great website with attractive graphics, compelling content, but they don't have any method for capturing leads. So all the visitors who come to their site that aren't ready to purchase just leave. So this is mistake number 2, not having an opt-in box. It's a mistake because in the coaching industry, it's important to develop relationships. And you can only do that by repeated contact. Now, the best way to have repeated contact with potential clients is to have an opt-in box so they can opt into your list. And once they're on your list, you can educate them more about what you do and market to them in your own controlled environment. But you need to entice them to opt in. People are no longer interested in just getting your newsletter. They're looking for quick solutions to their problems. You can give them that with a compelling gift offer. That is, an opt-in gift that gives them some kind of help right away. It can be tips, a technique, or some content that educates them on what the real problem is and how you can solve it. So here are some tips for your opt-in process. So first, you want to make an appealing title. Make sure that you give your opt-in gift a title that appeals to your ideal clients and addresses a specific problem that they have. For example, here are some appealing titles. 12 biggest social media marketing mistakes businesses make. Reoccurring business revenue quick start guide. 3 quick ways to lose 10 pounds this week. And 5 secrets to attract your ideal clients. So these are examples of really compelling titles. How you language your offer will depend on the market research that you did previously. But there are certain words that trigger better conversions, and some of these are quick, easy, secret, and magic. So you'll see I used those in the last 2 examples. So try using one of them in your titles. Now, secondly, you have the option of multiple formats. You can choose from many different formats for your gift, such as a special report, an ebook, an e-course, a mini-series, an audio or audio series, a video or video series, a teleclass, a webinar, book, a guided meditation, or a combination of these. Your newsletter should just be considered a bonus. Now, also, give them a reason why they would want your gift. And this could be in the form of bullet points, results that they will get from your gift. And thirdly, there should be a strong call to action. And that should be at the end of your opt-in gift. And your call to action can be a complimentary strategy session or an entry-level product, such as a book or DVD or e-course. The important thing is that you need to tell them what to do next. Some coaches have a product funnel that they like to lead their potential clients through, and others just like to offer a complimentary conversation that determines whether the person is a good fit for their coaching program. It's up to you based on what you want them to do. Now, designing an opt-in gift and crafting compelling copy for it is covered in the training program that I'll tell you a little more about. And we cover not only what format to use, but also what content to use and how to make it a compelling offer for maximum results. So now let's pause and just take a minute to fill in the next section of your worksheet. Now, if you don't have an opt-in gift, fill it in as possible options for title, format, and call to action. And if you already do have an opt-in gift, fill it in as a new gift or second gift that you can give your subscribers. Okay. Now, many online business owners spend a lot of money, time, and effort driving traffic to their site for the purpose of building their list. But once they start building their list, one mistake they make is that they don't have a system for keeping in touch with the people on their list. So, mistake number 3 is not keeping in touch. Now, many coaches talk about how big their list is or how big they want it to be, instead of focusing on building relationships with the people on the list. In the end, if you can develop relationships with potential clients so that they trust you and buy from you, then it doesn't even matter what size your list is. Some of the most successful people in the coaching industry have people on their lists who buy every product they put out. Now, that's what you call a responsive list. That's the kind of list you want. One that responds favorably to your launches and promotions. So, how do you build a responsive list? Well, one of the best ways is to send out a regular newsletter. Now, the reason that newsletters work so well is that they are delivered to a very targeted group of readers who have asked to receive more information from you, their subscribers. And as they receive regular, valuable content from you through your newsletters, they will be more likely to purchase something from you because you have earned their trust. So here are a few tips for creating a newsletter. First of all, you want your newsletter to be sent out regularly, so people expect it. Irregular newsletters don't get read as much as consistent ones do. So consistency is important. Sending out a timely newsletter shows that you are invested in your business, and it shows that you care about the people on your list. It also helps you look like the expert, and it's more professional. So set up a regular newsletter schedule and then stick to it. The frequency should be whatever you're comfortable with, but the least often should be once a month, and the most should be once a week. Your ideal clients are like you, so think about how often you would want to read someone else's newsletter, and then schedule yours accordingly. Now, secondly, your newsletter needs to have relevant content in it. So the content should be informative articles and tips, strategies about the problems that you solve. And it should also be things that your readers can try out for themselves. And when they see that these things work, they will want more from you. The third element is to add something personal. The newsletter should be sufficiently entertaining and reveal enough about you so your audience feels like they know you. You can include something personal like a story about you or something you did or attended. And including photos of you with someone like a client or a family member or an event you attended lets your audience know that you are a real person and that you are like them. Your personality can shine through your newsletter. And when I do my newsletters, I like to put photographs that I've taken of beautiful places that I've been to. That's one personal way. And then I also try to have a personal note about something. Not any big deal, just something little or brief that just gives my subscribers a little more taste of who I am. You can do that too. So the overall goal of the newsletter then is to build the relationship with the people on your list. And you're also educating them about the benefits and results that you provide, and you're getting them interested enough in your services to want to have a private conversation with you. That's the goal, because the private conversation is where you can help them decide if they want to hire you. So, going back to your worksheet, pause for a minute again. If you send out a newsletter, that's great. Fill in your worksheet for the newsletter area of just answering these questions. And if you don't send out a newsletter, just think about how you could start sending out one and then answer these questions. How often will you send it out? Just jot down a couple topics that you can start out with to write about, and then one or two personal things that you can share. Now, once you have a system in place for generating leads with an enticing offer and regularly communicating with the people on your list, you may think that this is all you need to be successful, but it isn't if you're making mistake number 4, which is charging by the hour. You may think that you should just charge by the hour, but this is a mistake many coaches make, especially when just starting out. Sometimes it's because they aren't sure of the total value of the transformation that they bring to their clients. Or sometimes it's because they think that people won't want to pay more for more than an hour at a time. So here are a few reasons why you need to package your expertise into what we call a signature coaching program instead of charging by the hour. So the first reason is that the fact is that if you charge by the hour, your clients will consciously or unconsciously associate the fee with your time. And in this scenario, you're relying on them to determine the value of your time by comparing it to what other coaches charge by the hour. But here's the thing, you can't compete for clients by price because there will always be someone else who charges less than you. And what your clients are really paying for, and what you must educate them to understand, is that they're paying for the transformation you offer, not your time. So once you have established that with them, it will be easier to get them into a full program where you have time to support their transformation. And that's why you need a signature program that facilitates that transformation. Now, reason number 2 for not charging by the hour and having a signature program is that it's much easier to market a signature program than just hourly coaching. Most people who are looking for a coach are doing so because they have a problem they want solved. And your coaching program should be designed to solve that problem. Once you've created a program, you can market it by outlining the steps involved and what the results will be from each step. This makes it much more concrete for the potential client to understand how you can help them, and easier for them to make a buying decision. And believe me, you want to do everything you can to make their buying decision easy. Now, reason number 3 for not charging by the hour and having a signature program is that once you have a program, you can create all sorts of other products from it. So I'll give you some examples. You can take a part of it and make another product that goes much deeper into that point. For example, if your program is about online marketing, you could make a smaller program on the ins and outs of marketing on LinkedIn, for example. Another idea is to create an ebook that covers one section of your program and sell that for a smaller price point. You could create a guided meditation based on one of your steps. You could create short promotional videos that cover one or more points of your program. And a lot of these things you can either sell or use as giveaways, and they're nice to have. And one final idea is to create a version of your program that can be in the form of a group program or a home study course. So as you can see, there are definite advantages to creating a signature coaching program to offer the people on your list. So don't make the mistake of neglecting to create a signature program. Designing a program that packages your expertise is covered in my training program, and we cover not only how to develop one, but also how to create sales materials to market it in a compelling way. Now, if you don't have a signature program, are you convinced now to create one? All right. Now moving right along. There are four components of the foundational system that we've just covered now. So building your foundation through market research, constructing your online brand, structuring a lead generation system, and designing your signature program. Now, once you have all that in place, you can begin the second phase, which is the marketing system for your business. The marketing system also has 4 steps, and I'm going to cover 3 of them as we go through the rest of the 7 mistakes. So we'll start with online marketing. Now, the 5th mistake most coaches make when they first start marketing online is trying to do too much, going into overwhelm. You may have been told that you need to be in all social media sites, such as Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, YouTube, but it's really not necessary, and it only leads to overwhelm. I know because I tried doing that myself, and it's a great way to get burned out. And the thing is, most of the successful coaches seem to focus on one social media medium, and then they master marketing in that one area, and so can you. So I recommend that you build your social media platform gradually, so you don't spend more time on this than you need to. Trying to help you save time, not waste time. So your marketing research should give you a good idea of where to find your ideal clients. We always go back to that market research for all the elements that we talk about in these steps that we go through. So start with the one that you think most of your ideal clients are in. And I'll give you an example of some things to do when marketing on a social media site. So let's take LinkedIn for starters. I get almost all of my business from LinkedIn, and that's because I do most of my marketing there. So here's some tips for using LinkedIn to get more than enough clients. First of all, create an attractive profile page. Now, carefully crafting your LinkedIn profile page will ensure better rankings in the LinkedIn system and better results from your own marketing efforts. So, for example, when you fill in your profile, instead of using the default of owner under the title, type in keywords that describe you, such as successful business coach, best-selling author, or mentor to holistic health coaches. You'll see in mine that I say mentoring life coaches to successful businesses. I also have that I'm the founder of the association. And now, isn't that more interesting than owner? Okay. Now, in the description area, you can include benefits of working with you and results that people will see when they work with you. And you can also include your keywords in this section. Now, in the summary section, you can create a longer version of your description, even though it still has a word limit. You can just keep writing until you get to the limit there. And you can give a short bio, and use keyword phrases when describing your services. And be sure to include a blurb about your opt-in gift and the link to it here. That's something, another thing that coaches don't do, so you can do that in the summary section. Now, the second area to talk about in LinkedIn is making connections. And this is the key to making it work in LinkedIn and any other site, really, for that matter. Now, in LinkedIn, you're allowed up to 3,000 invitations that you can send out to potential contacts to invite them to be in your network, in the first line, as they call it. And if you know their names, you can search for them, or you can search by keywords to find people to invite to connect with you. And although you only have 3,000 invitations, you can have an unlimited amount of connections. So that's also something to keep in mind. Now, when you find people that you want to connect with, check out their profile, make sure it's a good match, and then write a personal message in the invitation instead of just using the default, because this is about building relationships, not just gathering numbers. And you'll also be receiving invitations from people who want to connect to you on LinkedIn. And it's best to check them out to make sure that they are relevant to your business. Otherwise, you may get contacts who just spam you with irrelevant posts. And you also want to think about whether they are people who will benefit from your own posts. And then thirdly, the best way to establish a LinkedIn presence is through LinkedIn groups. And you want to establish a presence so that people see you and want to connect with you. Now, LinkedIn allows you to join up to 50 groups. And the benefits of being in a LinkedIn group is that, are that you can find more people to connect with, you can join in discussions, you can show your expertise by answering questions, and you can post content that encourages discussion and interaction to build your own network of colleagues, potential joint venture partners, and potential clients. To find groups to join, you can search by keywords in the search box. And LinkedIn also has a section on the right sidebar called Groups You May Like, which is based on your preferences and your profile information. And that's where I found most of my groups to join. Then once you join them, start joining in discussions, commenting on other people's comments, and start building relationships by connecting with these people. You can also promote your own events in these groups, like teleseminars or launches, or even blog posts or videos that you've made. But be sure to check the group rules first, because some of the groups don't allow you to do that. And just note that the group managers don't like members who just post things and never contribute to the discussions. So those are the ways that you can establish a presence in LinkedIn. And just for your information, there are over 260 million LinkedIn users now in over 200 countries and over 2 million groups. So chances are very good that you're going to find enough potential coaching clients just on LinkedIn. And the best part is that using LinkedIn is free. So, one thing that I like to do with my clients is to help them eliminate the overwhelm of social media and train them to use online marketing more productive and efficiently. So now let's pause and go to your worksheet and just go through the short LinkedIn checklist on your worksheet to see have you done all three of those things in LinkedIn, if that's the social media site that you market on. Okay, now another area of marketing that is a great way to get business is through teleclasses or webinars. So don't make mistake number 6, which is not having a signature talk. With a signature talk, you can promote a product that is always available and not time sensitive, such as your freebie or opt-in gift, an information product, or your signature coaching program. And your signature talk can be used as a teleclass, a webinar with slides, or a live presentation. And here are some points to consider when crafting a signature talk. First of all, you want to decide on a topic. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to just draw from your signature program. That's another reason why you should have a signature program, by the way. So you'll want to pick a few of your steps to cover and talk about why they are important and what results can be expected from going through them. Or you can discuss each step in some detail. Either way, you give your audience just enough content to see the value and want more. That is, give them what they need to know to lead them to what you have to offer. And you can make an outline of the points or steps you want to cover in your talk. And if you make a series of bullet points for each section of your talk, you'll have a good working outline to fill in later. Now, the second thing is to write a compelling, benefit-rich, results-oriented title. The title should clearly say what your talk is about and what the main benefit is from listening to it. You want your audience to be excited to hear what you have to say. And here are some examples. How to become a client magnet in 30 days, how to package your expertise and sell more than your time, and how to attract 10,000 Twitter followers this month, even if you're starting from scratch. So these are good examples of that. Now, in the outline, by working your signature program material into the signature talk, you can fill it in. And the points will lead up to your solution, which is your program in this case. Now, you can have your talk be just you talking from your notes, which will be a teleseminar, an audio. It's online. Or you can narrate a slideshow, which will be a webinar if it's online, this one. And a visual presentation can be more powerful because, according to one industry leader, 80% of us learn more via visuals than through any other sense. And that's why it's a good idea to do a webinar where you have visuals to show along with the audio. You can make it a PowerPoint slideshow to go along with your material, and this will significantly help your audience remember what you said, because they'll remember the picture. So having a signature talk that's ready to go can open many doors for you, and when someone calls up and requests the presentation, you're ready. If you don't have a signature talk, we can help you craft one in the training program I mentioned before, where we weave in elements into your talk that will compel your listeners to want more from you. So now, take a minute to write down what your topic and title is if you already have a signature talk, and a possible topic and title if you don't have one. And all of these things that you're filling in on this worksheet, you can go back and work more on later if you don't have enough time now. Now, the mistake that I see many coaches make when building their business is trying to do it all by themselves. It's going to take way too long, and it's unnecessary. There are plenty of people who are more than willing to help you build your business. And I'm not talking about hiring a coach. No, these people will be your business partners, or what we call joint venture partners. So mistake number 7 is to not engage JV partners. Now, joint venture partnerships are one of the fastest ways to build a business. And that's because you're getting exposed to a whole new group of people besides your own subscribers. And after you have set up your business and have a way to pay partners, such as an affiliate program if you're promoting online, you can contact potential joint venture partners and agree to cross-promote each other. So here are some tips for using the joint venture partners to grow your business. And just take a look through those tips. And then after you've read through them on your worksheet, I'd like you to check 3 of these places that you can start looking for JV partners this week. Now, here's another set of tips for ways to cross-promote. So you can make a connection to have a conversation to see how you can cross-promote each other. And there are many ways you can do that, and I want to share them with you here. And you can both do these for each other in turn. So take a look at these ideas for how you can support joint venture partners. And they're also listed on your worksheet. So once you read through them, then I'd like you to check 3 of these promotions that you would be willing to do for your joint venture partners. Now, I've shared a lot of information with you today. In fact, your head is probably spinning right now with all this information as we went through 7 of the building blocks for creating a successful coaching business. But there's one more component of the marketing system, offline marketing, and then there's 4 more components for the back office system that I didn't have time to cover today. And all of these 12 steps make up the training program that I teach to help you create a coaching business that has sustainable income. Now, you can dive into each of the 7 areas that we've talked about today, but you've just really scratched the surface with me here. And if your curiosity has been piqued, I want to invite you to join me in a training program because I want to help you with this. I want to walk you through all 12 components step by step so that you know how to apply all 12 steps and finally create a marketing plan that works for your unique business. I'm here to take away the stress and help it all make sense. So here's the deal. I have a program called Life Coach Business Blueprint Bootcamp. And it's the fastest way to go from point A to point B while eliminating the stress and overwhelm that comes from building and marketing a coaching business. And let me tell you what you're going to get with this program. It includes 12 modules, 1 per week for 12 weeks, all the templates, checklists, and extra materials to support those modules, 12 weekly group coaching calls to help you implement what you've learned and to ask any questions that you may have about it, and a private forum to discuss, support, and learn from the other course participants. Now, this boot camp is the same material I use in my 12-month private coaching program, only you'll be going through it in 12 weeks instead of 12 months. And this was designed to get you through the material faster so you can get results sooner and at a reduced cost from the regular program. And this boot camp is also for those of you who don't need a lot of personal coaching and just want to get up and running more quickly. Now, of course, after you go through the boot camp, there will be private coaching available if you want to go deeper and get more personal attention. And the boot camp will start November 17th and go every week, except for the week of Thanksgiving and 2 weeks during the Christmas holidays. So you'll receive the weekly module every Monday, and our group coaching call will be every Thursday. Now, also as a fast action bonus, the first 5 people who enroll will receive a complimentary one-on-one coaching session with me. And you can use it anytime during the 12-week program to get more specific direction on your unique situation. Now, you're probably wondering how much this is going to cost. Well, I can tell you that I've taken programs that cost a lot more than this one, and I didn't get half of what you're going to get with my program. Now, right now, most people are charging $9.97 for a 6-week program. So I could easily charge $19.97 for this program. But the good news is that I'm only going to charge $9.97 for the entire 12 weeks. So you're getting this for basically half price. So, what has stopped you before? You have a choice here. You can choose the frustrating and confusing way where you take this information and do it all yourself. I did that myself for years, and it was very complicated and frustrating. Or you could choose the simple and structured way where someone is actually guiding you along the way, mapping the direction to take, and telling you exactly what to do so you don't have to do all those other things that people are telling you to do that aren't getting you results. If you choose the simple and structured way, then congratulations. You're going to be successful a lot sooner. So, if you'd like to enroll in this program, you can go to the link on the screen, which is www.iaplifecoaches.org/bootcamp. And remember, the first 5 people who enroll will receive a complimentary one-on-one coaching session with me. So just go to the link on the screen, and thanks for attending. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the boot camp.